Russia, where the trial has opened in Moscow today of 19 people as suspected of involvement in the deadly attack on a Moscow concert hall that killed 149 people last year. Armed men had stormed the Crocus City Hall on March the 22nd of 2024, opening fire on people and then setting the building alight. It was one of the deadliest terror attacks on Russian soil in history. The Islamic State had claimed responsibility for the attack. The 4 suspected attackers, all Tajik nationals, and another 15 people accused of being accomplices, are on trial. According to the Moscow court website, the first 3 hearings are set to take place on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday of this week. Despite the Islamic State claiming responsibility, Russia had implicated Ukraine in said attack, an allegation that Kiev called baseless and absurd. Reportedly, nearly half of the victims were killed by smoke and carbon monoxide inhalation from the fire that broke out, not from gunfire. We're now once again joined by Mark Sutherland to discuss this further. Mark, what more can you tell us about this situation that happened last year and the possible implications that it has on this trial?
The tragedy that unfolded was absolutely awful. Any death in this situation, absolutely terrible. It's interesting with, of course, at that time with the accusations saying the Ukrainians involved, etc. And as I've said, they denied that and said it's preposterous. I have no proof of any involvement in the certain things that I've seen. The other thing that is going to be a spin-off of this is the fact that Russia is reliant on migrant labor into its country, which according to them means that if you are reliant on the migrant labor that's coming into your country, who then is coming into your country? So that will then put them in a position. Does it mean that they then have to start having more and more controls in regard to who comes into their country? Are they then ethnically profiling people, which they have then been accused of doing? Does it mean that they then have to have biometrics and all that? That can be then the spin-off. The key thing in regard to the trial, and then when they arrested individuals, the whole thing of discussion of beating them up severely, etc., etc. Well, they have then, according to the Russian authorities, then did appalling terrorist acts. So I can understand to some extent the emotional reaction in that. In regard to the trial, it will then be proving, are these people guilty?
Yes.
Now, that is then going to unfold, Joshua, but it's going to have some other interesting implications in regard to the security of Russia itself.
Mark Sutherland, thank you very much, as always, for joining us on the programme. Pleasure.